It's Friday. Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and we are on air, and it's Friday. What we got going on here at the roof, we put the window in yesterday. The window's welded all the way around. Jolene did that, and she said she kept it as cold as a fridge. I was thinking, wow, that was pretty cold. But anyway, she got it all welded up all the way around. She did not weld along the bottom there because there's some lead going on there. I'll deal with that with the air hose and the heat. Did not put the piece in the back here yet. Did not do that. I got to have a piece going all the way down and bring it up to that line. There's going to be some pattern being made there and get that to fit. But what I do have got going on is this roof in the center is a little bit high to me. When you come back this way, you really have to take a look at it. And when you come back this way, it doesn't look that bad, and the reason being is it's got a peak in the center of the window area, and it looks like it could match up. It's not that bad. It's a little bit high, but we're going to take it down some, is what I'm thinking. And the reason being is when I look at it this way, going on this side, it looks like it's up too high. So I'll just take the zip cut, run it through there, and then take some metal away. And what we'll be doing is we'll be shrinking it. If we're taking metal away, we're actually making it smaller. So to make that roof come down, we're going to zip cut it, take material out of it, bring it back together and see how it goes. Yesterday, a little bit of my time off, had nothing. That's not true. I made a sign holder for the Irving gas sign. Got a piece of 3-inch plate, put a piece of 1.5 inch angle iron all the way around the inside. That sign pushes in and bolts in that, and then we got a pole outdoors. Doug managed to get the sign all painted, and we put a little Bad Chad flexible chrome around the edge there. When we stand it up, it'll look all pretty and stuff. Got to clean the sign up yet, but it's looking good. Got the Irving one ready to rock and roll. Also, if you stay to the end of the video, we will be going over, and Jolene, we surprised Nathan yesterday when he was putting the shifter, and we talked about it and we went over it. And I really think that it's a good video for anybody to watch and see what had to be done to make a shifter, and to talk about the difference in buying it and building it. There's a little bit of difference there. And he built it out of nothing. So it only, it didn't take him very long. After the day we showed it yesterday on the video, shortly after that, he was done. He was waiting till he got done to show us, obviously. He wanted to show the finished product. It was pretty hard to go on about or talk about when it's not finished. But if you stay to the end, you'll get to see it. All right, we're going to bring this roof down some, and then I don't know what I want to do. I can weld a panel in here in the roof. Yes, I can. Or this is what I was thinking about doing. I got some flat stock on the other side of the car. I went and picked up this morning. I'm thinking about putting some flat stock, weld it, tack it all the way underneath this piece of the side of the roof, tack it underneath that piece of that side of the roof, all the way along the front and all the way along the back, line the whole thing. Then I'm thinking I might just make a panel for the roof that I can take in and out. Not sure why, but we'll see what happens. It does not have to come in or out, but if I do put that piece of flat bar in there, at least it's in there for a little bit of support. I'm gonna go to the other side and grab the grinder. Let's start, rock and roll. Thanks for coming back. We really appreciate it. Thank you for buying the gear. We really appreciate it. Hats and shirts are flying out the door. We thank you, because if it wasn't for you, we would not be selling gear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just going to be careful getting in and out of the car now because it's lowered. It is lowered, that's for sure. So I'm just going to take some out of the center of the roof. You can see how this is tacked together, is welded back together. And I must say, Jolene is doing a fantastic job on the old camera work. Man, I can't even see what's going on as good as you guys can. And the reason being is she's getting a better shot with that camera of hers than I can see. Now, as I cut that roof in the front crossed right over. You can see how it's back together then, crossed over a little bit. We got a little bit of gap going on there. careful. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it back together and see what I got. I've taken a bit out of it. Bear with me, it's going to be like a lot of in and out, in and out, in and out. But we'll see what happens. The welder going here. A lot of good comments. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We really do. Doesn't matter, you know, as long as you're engaged, having a thought process about it, it's all good. It's all good. Is it not, sweetheart? All good. She said, don't yell, I'm sorry. We got that thing on D. We better turn her back a little bit. We're just gonna push it down. I cannot tell, you know, I'm gonna have to come in and out of this car probably a dozen times before I figure out what I'm doing and what looks right and what doesn't. And the reason being is I can't see it when I'm up inside the car. And that's for sure. Hold it down a little bit. Just going to tack it like that. Now we're going to get back and take a look at it. We still got a hump in the back. To me, it looks like it's humped up in the back, so I still have to cut it down through there. I'm thinking I do. It's all right in the front, I think. It's coming down a little bit, but it needs to come down. That's not bad there. In the front, it's not bad, but in the back, it's still got to come down. I'm going to take it. You can see it's like kind of peaked. Can you see it's peaked right here, sweetheart? Can you see that like it's peaked there? Now you can tell, when I put that grinder, I could tell, I don't know if you could tell, does that look like it's peaked now, does it? So if I bring it down like that, does it look peaked? What's that, baby? Not as bad. But the metal did come together when I cut it. Here, try that. Nope, just push that one area down, didn't it? Or what do you think? Just want light little welds. I don't want anything too strong, too vicious, too crazy. Now that I got that pushed down, now that needs to be cut again. Now it's pointing up in the air right here, so we got to cut this again. How you doing? Come right in. Napa? Napa? Are you Napa?
No.
No. The dog, yeah, the dog's fine going out. And how can I help you?
I was wondering about these motorcycles. Are you storing them?
Well, you want to buy them?
I don't know.
Just a minute now. I'm doing a video right at the present second. Can you give me a minute?
Sorry.
No worries. Say if you're interested in them, can you come back and say an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, man. So I'm just going to weld this back together. I couldn't tell if it was Napa. I couldn't tell. Weld that back together like that. Metal's feeling good. Just going to flush it up again. Fina did good going out the door. She didn't jump at him. All right, I'm gonna get up and take a look at that and see what happens. So I've run the grinder through it. I don't know how many times you see me run the grinder through it, 2 or 3 times, I guess. But every time I've done it, I end up taking metal away from it. That's actually not that bad. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna come from the front. Looks a lot better. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, it looks good. Just gonna take a look at the back. I'd rather have it a little bit high. I think we're maybe a little bit, but I really don't want to risk anything, to be honest with you, and take it down too far. Take it down too far, then it's kind of it's not a good thing. What's that? Looks good? All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to turn that welder off for a second. I'm going to start cutting some 3/4 inch, I think it's 3/4 inch flat bar to put a piece underneath here, put a piece underneath there, all the way around, basically is what I'm thinking. This piece is going to have to come out straight to do this. It's going to have to be welded on funny up here, but that's no problem. And then I'm thinking I'm going to be able to put a sheet of metal on top of it, see what happens. Watch yourself see that. It's like this morning, I was making the Irving sign. To measure everything going around that, you can picture it. I don't know how many pieces there is, all the angle iron on the inside and all the flat bar. To measure every piece of that and then to go over and then to measure it again and then to cut it, yes, I understand that. But for me, I'd rather walk over, lay the metal on what I'm doing and trace it. You know, it takes the tape measure out of it. Also, I find that it also takes away some of the work, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but you'll have to ask yourself. I'm going to go with it. And when I traced it, I knew I had the right measurement. Also, I did not build it. I built it around the sign so I know that the sign fits. I know I've got 2 sides of the roof, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces. I'm going to smooth the edges up on them so they feel nice. So they feel nice. I got straight pieces. They're straight. They are straight. Now, and that is not. So here we go. We're up there a little bit. Up there a little bit. Let's hit it again. Just Napa. Just going to curve it a little bit with the hammer and this piece. What's going on when I'm tapping this piece of metal, it's getting bent in the center, but it's not bending out at the ends. You know what I'm trying to tell you. I just want a nice gradual bend the whole way. And I want it to fit.
Hello.
Good evening.
How you making out?
Good, man.
Are you filming?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We're all good.
I got a couple of tanks.
Yeah, and a roll of wire.
Like $900 worth of stuff I can't leave outside.
Yeah, bring it in. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, put it right there.
Okay.
You're giving me 2 tanks back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 tanks. Good, awesome. Come on, you do what you gotta do, Darnell. Don't worry about a thing.
Okay.
Works for Napa. Darnell used to be, well, he still is a friend of mine. He just said he works at Napa. Let's do this side. Ooh, did I ever? Too much. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's better to have a little more than you need. And then that way there. Oh, baby got me rags too. Wow, awesome. Thanks, baby. How's everything going? Good?
Oh, excellent.
Oh, excellent, he says. Let's see this. I feel better about that. Fitting pretty good. So we're going to get in there. I left it a little long because we're going to be running a piece right straight across this, and you can tell that that's not straight. Ugh. Okay, good. We got these a little bit long. So this is not straight across the back. I'm going to have to cut that where we bring it together. But it's going good so far. I'm going to weld these bars here inside first. We'll check that out first, see how that goes. Get a couple C-clamps. I should ask him if he can mark that down a little bit. Huh? Darnell?
Yeah.
Can you mark that down a little bit?
I can't.
I didn't think you could.
I'm not high enough up to take a command yet.
Is that right? And you probably don't want to be neither.
No, I don't.
I'm just going to set this in here, and I'm going to half it up. I want to say half it up, maybe better than half, or less than half, I'm not sure. But half it up would be nice. Nope, I don't want to do it in the center, because I feel like these pliers are going to pull down on the metal is what I feel like, and I don't want to take the center out of it. And the center would be, if I put the pliers here, I'm thinking that it's going to be weight on, it's going to pull that down a little bit. I don't want to do that, so I'll put it back here. And then we'll see what happens. And then we'll go grab another set. And then we'll make her. Nope, that's not working. That's not very good. Come on. Bring that back so it fits the metal.
I'm just going to leave your copies of that here.
Thanks, Darnell.
And the other one is your credit for your tank.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Enjoy your weekend.
Okay, buddy, you too. Dinner! Now, we have something there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. If I want to plug it, or if I want to put some weld on the outside there, have that and grind that, make a shelf there. I can't leave it open there because the metal will be open and water would go in there. I'm probably going to have to weld it all the way around on this flat stock. And then, you have to forgive me, I'm trying to figure this out as I go. But if I weld all the way around on this piece here, then I'll have the weld and I can grind the weld off flat, but there'll be a little bit of a ledge there where I have overlapped it, obviously. And I'm thinking if I grind it nice, or do a good job on welding it up, that ledge there would be good enough for the piece of metal that lays down beside it, so it would lay flush, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. I am going to weld that there on the front of that, and the reason being is I'm going to have to weld it there anyways. I thought I was going to weld it underneath there and hold it on there. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I have to get the grind. Nope, just take this off. I have to get the grinder and take some metal off, or paint off, sorry, and then we'll tack it on. So I'm making my mind up as we go on the fly. I did buy the stuff. It is what I thought I was going to do, but how you do it when it comes time, it can change in a matter of seconds. Really can, obviously. A lot of paint. Might as well do this side. Gonna have to cut this piece. There's no sense in me grinding anything till I cut it. This piece over here is a little bit crooked, I would say, here at the end. I want to straighten that out. Working in a knot hole. Working in a knot hole. And I can just weld a panel in it. Yes, I can, but for some reason I'm thinking, I don't know, should be removable, I'm thinking. All right. I gotta turn the welder on. You're gonna turn the welder on, are you, sweetheart? All right, she's gonna turn the welder on for me, boys. Thank you, sweetheart. You're awesome. You're awesome. Holding up on this while I weld this. I really am. Like, I'm holding up on it because I don't want it to. It has the potential to fall, and I don't want it to fall. I don't want it to fall. Nope, missed it. I missed it. Probably has something to do with no helmet. There we go. Haha. Get that on there. Good. Ouch. Let's put one on the front, on this side. Let's do the other side. Penetration. I'm going to cut the end. I'm going to cut that off a little bit. You know why I got to cut that off? It's because I have penetration on this side and it's gone down far enough that it's hitting the bar. When I go to slide the bar in, it's hitting. So basically, I'm going to put that on there. Okay, we're not real straight. When I put the bar on, I try to straighten it out. I got like a jagged looking edge there, and I just want to straighten it out before I weld it on. So this piece here has got to be cut a little straighter. Cut that out a little bit. I can tell because I have a straight edge to go by. That's how I know. Watch right here. I've noticed some people have come back on board and are starting to like it again. That's also good. You're allowed to change your mind at any point in time you want to. So I was always told. Old Bud Fields used to tell me that all the time. You're allowed to change at any point in time you want to, me son. I said, right on, that sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut that back a little bit in places because I don't like exactly how it looks, but it's gonna come out just a little bit further. Yeah, I think that's good. Look at this one. Yeah, we're good. I'm just going to do the exact same thing I did the other side. Just tag it on. Good. Alrighty. Now I'm going to come out and we're going to get one to go across this. We're going to straighten this out first though. I'm going to come out and get a ruler. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go from this point to that point over there and see if we can't get a straight line. And if we can, that'd be fantastic. If we can't, we'll make one. Come on, my sweetheart. Woohoo! Little by little, you know. Little by little. And then we'll make a piece of flat bar. All right, what's going on here is I have this point here. I'm going from this point here to that point there. That's what I'm going to do. And it just seems to be the right thing to do. If I do that, look at the big gap I got here in the center. See that big gap? So that means I have to go on this side of the ruler. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp that on there so I know that it's right. Right in that corner. Right in this corner. We'll draw a line across. That probably makes my flat bar crooked, I'm not sure. Not crooked, maybe not long enough. We'll see what happens. On the inside, like I only left it. I don't know if I left it long enough. I'll get it tacked together one way or the other. Okay, that's the line I have to cut. Cool. So I will have enough. So I got to cut that line across there and make that straight. That's okay. That's okay. Alrighty, let's get the zip cut going. I want to be careful, not say careful. It's going to put some heat in it, so I generally just ram it right through anyways, but in all honesty, the heat causes a lot of heat and just figure, disfiguration also. I gotta clean out the junk underneath here a little bit. Now, I'm going to take a measuring stick. I don't want to, but I'm going to, just to check it out. I want to see, I want to just check it out and see if we're the same distance back. That's all. I probably should have checked that out before I cut it, but I just went with the roof that I cut before. And if I have to cut it again, I will, but I don't want to. I think it's fine just the way it is, but I'm going to check it for me and you. Got a nice little curve going on there on the side there. If Jolene can pick that up, it's got a nice little contour going on there, and you should have that on your car at all times. Have a little contour on it, and that way there, things look nice and straight. Good. I've got, actually, off a little tiny bit and cut it in a little piece, I guess. I'm gonna go from here to there. You won't see, you would never see it on the roof, but if I'm going to louver the panel, I think I want to get it right. So I got a little bit. Hoping that I got it cleaned up good enough. Nope. Let's make a piece of flat stock fit that. It's got a nice little shape going on there. Gonna take a look at the back again. Alrighty. That's the one. I'm that guy. Likes to trace this stuff. Okay, put that down there. Long, that's fine. Let's cut that off. Let's move this off. We'll get a roundness going to it. Get another hammer, because that one's not right there. Remember, I got some roundness in the center, and out on the ends, it probably is not faring that well. Slip roll would probably be the nicest thing to put it in, but I'm just not able, not willing, and don't want to. Got quite a bit. You can see in the center how it's hard up, and down here it's not. You can see, you know, we got a little bit of area on each side. And put a little beating on that there, maybe a little more. Slip roll would be the best thing to do it. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Because it would make it even. Even. I like that. Got a little tiny bit right there. Got a little tiny bit over that end right there. And then when we bring that in together, it'll put pressure on it when it comes together. I'm hoping. Jolene will turn the welder on for me when I need it. Thank you, sweetheart. You're the best. I'm gonna C-clamp it. That metal on that roof is right tight back together. I'm gonna have to be careful when I weld that back together, or when I'm grinding it off. I do not want to grind all the weld off. No, I do not. So I'm gonna put that inside here. I'm gonna make it go flush on this side. That feels good. And that would have to come apart, wouldn't it? Awesome. I guess basically the thing, I guess this project here is just that you want to get that, you want to get your, now I'm going to start in the center and work my way either way. We've got, looks good. If you want to turn that on, sweetheart, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, I'm going to use the C-clamps, what the heck. I've got a little bit of distance going on in the center, or a little bit more metal than I need. You can see a little bit more metal here, see that? And I'm just going to work that all the way out so it has the same feel all the way across. That's how I'm planning on doing it anyways. I can separate stay. Now I want to separate that. I want to go in the center of that one. And the reason being, I can just keep, you know, I'm putting a little bit each place. I'm not running it all over to there. I put it in the center here, so I split the amount of metal I got on this side and the amount of metal I got on this side. If you take a look at this for a second, it's kind of a strategy thing. I'm at the center here. I got a little bit extra metal right here because it's popped up. I got a little extra metal here because it's popped up. Instead of me going here and trying to run that all the way over to there, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go right in the middle again and center it up. And then I will be able to probably get the metal in there that I need. Get it in there flat is what I'm trying to say. We'll go over here. So if you got a little extra metal, start in the middle and then go either way. And then maybe you'll be able to get it. I've done it a couple times on the Bugatti hauler, and I did it a couple times, many places actually. No extra metal anymore, it's gone. You notice that? It's gone. So no doubt in my mind, when we took the extra metal that was there, it almost put pressure on it all, getting it all down and nice and flat. It would put pressure on the rest of the metal, which is a good thing. I like things under pressure, it keeps tight. Hoping that's that one let go. So it didn't do so good, did it? Yeah, that one let go. Both let go, didn't they? Bless you, sweetheart. Just wondering if that one let go. Did or not. Held on though. Yeah. I'm gonna get these two together. Just tack them in the corner. Do the same over here. Not sure if that one let go or not. Got to be careful on that heavier stock because it might not penetrate as easy as the sheet metal does. Just going to make the flush them out. Put it together at the center in the corner. Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful you are, Jolene. Gorgeous. She is. She's gorgeous. All right. Now, we've got quite a, it's not something that I would stand on. I guess you wouldn't stand on any roof at all, but it's got quite a bit of pressure on it now. Yo! I had to go over and hit my foot, didn't it? All right, we're just going to do this for a second. We'll get out. I got one. I want to check it out and see if it's sticking or not. One is questionable. Are you able to turn that on there for me again, sweetheart? Please and thank you. I just got one on one of redo. Don't do that. All right. Thinking that's on there. If they let go, it's no good. You know, I want it to hold on. Now, I'm going to take a look at this for a second. That looks nice going across there. It's got a nice little ramp to it coming up the side. I think it looks pretty damn good, to be honest with you. Looks pretty good. That's basically what's got to go on. All you have to do is be happy. Okay with it? Good. So now what's got to go on is I've got it laid all the way around with the 1/8, 3/4 inch all the way around. It's halved all the way around, so I'll be able to weld that and then lay another piece of metal on top of that. It's going to be like a small shelf. It is, but it's shelf enough, I'm thinking, to put a piece of metal on. I could have maybe went wider with the metal, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Not sure. Maybe I should have had inch, I'm not sure. But once that's welded on, I'm thinking that I can grind that off. I'd have not much room, eh? What?
Weld the panel on and then you can weld it all together. It really doesn't have to be removable. That's just my opinion.
That's your opinion? Panel doesn't have to be removable, just weld it all together? So what Jolene's thinking is not to make the panel removable. I haven't got much room there on that side. It might be the call. I may just, nothing's let go yet, I don't think. It's all looking good, isn't it? Good and strong. Like I said, I wouldn't jump on it or anything, but that's what I gotta have. We should line this one here in the front. So let's do that. Let's line that in the front. I'm going to trace it because it makes it easier for me. We can tack that on. See what happens. Cut this in here. See, I got a little piece of metal hanging up there. I'm going to need to bend that. And I'm going to have to bend this. I'm just going to have to whack it on the floor. I'm going to get myself a pair of channel locks to bend that piece of metal. The channel locks, did we see them where they went? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. One, two. Got some contour to it, so I gotta have to bend it a little bit. What's that? Come on in, Jimbo. Yeah, man. Hello, Jimbo. We got a surprise special guest. Jimbo. What's your number again? 23671?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like the
What do you like, Jimbo?
hood or
No.
having fun.
I'm having a blast, Jimbo. How about you?
Somebody put in comments on my site saying, "What's up with Chad? I think he's trying to dope us." The motorcycle thing, and then changing your mind and not being happy with the results, and then changing your doing it a little more, not liking what you end up with, and then anyway, my suggestion was more accurate. If you put independent suspension in it, so that the center frame is open, and then put front wheel drive.
Yeah,
You could put the bike in the ground level,
Right.
and it would handlebars be about right here.
I thought about that.
You know, but again, that's a lot of work to modify the whole.
Yeah, this wasn't front wheel drive.
Let's talk about making things difficult
Let's do it, Jimbo.
and work.
Would you do me a favor, Jim?
Working just for the point of working, like make work for yourself.
Yeah. Once we turned it into
Yeah, I like that.
once we turned it into the bike hauler, it took, everybody thinking that I was just going to leave the back open full time. I had to have a trunk lid, sort of. So, and we've got one trunk lid. We don't have to. I haven't got a bunch of different metal either. I didn't have a bunch of green metal left over from the car to make a trunk lid. So that's basically what I went there.
Well, I remember that blue that you had, and you
Right.
painted your fenders. They look presentable.
I might do that. We turn that off.
Green is no different than the blue.
I agree.
You don't do the same.
We'll body fill and paint
This
it.
is the first time you actually been home. I've been out 4 times. Well, I don't call ahead. I just go for a drive.
That's what you should do.
But you're actually home, so
That's what you should do, Jimbo. Do what you want to do whenever you want to. Right, brother? Right. I'm going to do it. So what I'm doing is I'm just tacking.
like happy living means basically to be so inspired with your own thought pattern that you don't even notice anything around. You know,
I was just-
someone can say something and it should go right in one ear and out the other because you're so bubbly with your own anticipation.
I am,
and
Jimbo.
excitement that you don't even. It's almost impossible to even hear or listen to somebody.
No, I don't hear no noise.
Oh, it's cute. It's a cute little car.
Cute!
Yeah.
You heard it, people? It's cute! Nice.
You guys are making up for lost time.
We haven't lost any time. Jolene's a badass. Yeah. We haven't lost any time.
I've lost time. I'm just taking it easy.
Butter's got to once in a while, ain't he?
I'm a total workaholic, and then I take a break for a while, regroup, and then I go right back to my same thing again.
Yeah, for sure. I get this piece on here, and then I'll be saying that I got this done in here, and I'll be happy. Trying to cut her here. Whoop, whoop. I thought I was going to make the panel removable. I still can, as far as that goes. I just don't know what for. You know, like what for. The window opens. The windows are. You can open the windows on it, I guess.
Well, you can make up your own rules as you go.
Every day.
You know, there's nothing saying you can't have, you know, even a louvered sunroof that opens up, even if the windshield still opens. You can do anything you want.
We're gonna probably put some louvers in the roof. You didn't hear me tell you.
But then again, you're supposed to be so full of your own enthusiasm that you can hardly hear what I'm saying. Your mind should be just totally full of your own thoughts.
It is, Jimbo. It is.
Proper thing. Proper thing. Because nothing worse than someone that's only influenced by other people. You know, you have to have your own kind of identity.
Tell them, Jimbo.
Especially if everybody's against you.
Everybody's against you.
But I like the way the hood chrome doesn't have a strip going back.
Yes.
I like how it's independent, like on its own.
Man, I had some funny thoughts.
And everything I like, now you're liable just to rip that, oh, I'm taking that off. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how independent you are, but that's okay.
Rip it off if you want to, what?
I have a good memory. I can remember what it looked like.
Good.
Tacking your pieces on is a lot nicer with the MIG than it is with torches. Because with torches, you don't have any hands.
Yeah.
You know, you have to clamp everything. You know.
Well, like you said, this is the fastest form of welding in the world.
Oh, yep.
Like, you can't weld any faster than a MIG welder. Pull the trigger. We got a little spot down here. Alrighty. So we've got this spot welded in all the way around. I'm feeling now I have a place to put the panel that we're going to make for the top. I have a place to put it. If I'm going to weld it in, that's fine and dandy. If I'm not, I have a place I can screw it to, put it on this edge. I don't feel like I left enough. For that, but we'll see what happens. You come back tomorrow and we'll make the panel for this. We'll probably end up, I'm not going to tell you, you're going to have to come back tomorrow. Thanks a lot for coming back. You stick around. We're going to show you, Nathan, how he got the shifter working. I'm very, very, very happy with it. Right now, would you? Yeah, it's coming along. Looks pretty good. Coming along. If, like, we're going to obviously show how basically, he's made a plate. We'll just go over it so everybody knows, and so I know. I like to repeat myself because I like to know. Sometimes you don't understand things first time someone tells you something. You know what I mean? Like you could tell me 100 times what you're doing until I seen it. I really actually don't know, do I?
Right.
But
Yep.
made a plate to fit
The tunnel.
the tunnel. Okay, and then there was the brackets that hold the heim joints. So there's a heim joint for movement.
And all the brackets are made out of these, just all different sizes and styles. I just used different ones that worked in there.
Made it easier, and you just cut them, made them fit.
Yep.
But on this thing here, like I said to Jolene, like, weld the bracket on, yes, but there had to be movement for that shifter back and forth on that heim joint. So
Right.
that meant there had to be a shim in between the brackets.
Yeah, and the spacer that's between the bracket had to be chamfered down to the same as the heim joint pivot. So when it pivots into the heim joint.
Right, I see what you're
More
saying now.
pivot down inside this. So it's almost like a cammed nut, I'll call it.
Right, so, yeah, like it's not just a shim, it had to be cambered down so this heim joint would come over, and he can show you as he moves that, how it would hit down on the side.
It would hit down in here, down in there.
So there's one move, making that. 2 moves is making the brackets. 3 moves is making the chamfered shims. 4th move is finding a bolt to fit the heim joint and the hole. The 5th is to weld it all together. The 6th is to drill the holes in it so it fits. So there's quite a bit of movement there.
And then there's 2 flat spots on this heim joint. I made 2 flat spots. I drilled the shifter.
See the flat spot there?
I drilled the shifter for set screws. There's going to be set screws also when this goes on. Right in it.
Also, as he does that, there was a washer welded to the heim joint, so the shifter had more strength given by the support underneath the washer. If it was just on the bolt on top, well then it could bend it over. But where he's washered it, it just gives it a little bit more strength.
So these are just test for now, but we're going to have set screws that go in flush.
Right.
Flush.
So also this had to be drilled the same size as the heim joint.
Yeah, drilled right up in the center of that aluminum shaft.
And then this had to be tapped to put in a
2 set screws.
2 set screws, one on this side, one on that side. So you had to drill the hole, then you had to tap the hole. Okay, so that's just getting that ready.
And that's that end. And then the other end up on the transmission. We haven't got the right bolt or nothing in there yet. But the same thing, these are also tabs.
In there, welded on the original shifter hookup. So that's them tabs had to be put in place and figure out what place you want to put them in, square with the shifter, because that there only goes on one way for that on there. So that basically had
This
to be
had
in
to be
line.
square with these.
Yes.
Yeah. So then there's a bushing inside of here that fits the bolt tight. That it pivots on the bushing inside, so the bolt will stay with this, and it pivots on the bolt inside that bushing. And I had to use a washer for a spacer for a little extra, and I just welded the washer and ground it down for a spacer. So now that more or less works.
So that's got no movement side to side like the heim joint.
Right.
That's how it shifts.
Yeah, these ones here are solid, so it goes side to side. There's no movement, and the heim joint gives you your side to side, and these two give us a forward and back.
Right on.
Yeah, that gives us the forward and back. Yeah. And the set screws will hold that in there like that.
Cool, isn't it? Huh? We get to use that shifter. I'm not sure the guy who sent it to us. We could probably look up the name, but
And the same thing here, I used 2 of these to make the tabs here and bushinged it. But
yes. So there's also not only tabs sitting in there, he bushioned it on this side so he could get it off the shifter when he unbolted it.
Yeah, there's bushings in there too, so that it all comes off. And whatnot. Bolt this plate down and we could try it.
So basically I caught him on the tail end of it.
Yeah, we're just almost ready to try it, so it's
Looks
gonna
like-
work.
Yeah.
But
So
if you want to hold these bolts, I can stick
I
the
can go
nuts
underneath
on
there and put
underneath.
them on.
Or it doesn't matter, if you just want to hold down on, I can
Yeah.
slide underneath and
Let's do it.
stick the nuts on. Just kind of give it a see if it's gonna do anything or not.
Okay.
Maybe it won't even work. I think it will. Okay, let's start with the one closest to you near the back. And that one one and the front one, next one. There's still a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
That one there.
As long as it don't come out the floor, that's all, I guess.
It does fit up through the shifter console. there.
And I must add, if you've ever seen my bolt bend, you know why. Sometimes it would take you a little longer. you really have to get in there and oh man, it's not that great. The bolt bend isn't, but it should be tight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he says, huh?
There's neutral.
Yeah.
There's first, second, first, second, third, fourth, reverse. That actually, and we'll grease all the joins and stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
There's first.
That's gonna really feel nice, isn't it?
Once
for
there's oil in
shifting
the
it.
train, there's good feel to it.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna feel like you're driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little tight because there's no oil in the transmission. And
No, that's awesome.
grease
It makes me
something.
smile.
There's first, second, third.
Now I'm
And
going.
then we can show you real quick. We can show you real quick here. Put it back over there. You just want to hold this here up for a second, Chad.
Yeah.
Hold that up for a second.
Right on.
I had all the screws and stuff in it, but now they're not in it right now. But just give you a visual. And that's in the, this set's a little bit more that way, right there somewhere. And then that nice little dupe will cover up right to here. We'll have to do something, clean this up and paint it and stuff.
Oh yeah, that looks awesome.
That actually looks. We get them set screws in there.
I think you drill a bunch of holes in that. That's awesome.
So yeah, it does work. And that's better than way better than that other system. That'll feel pretty good. Your arm will be up a little high in your seat. That works fine.
Basically, you could buy a shifter. You know, I don't know what. I think probably the cheapest shifter we would probably get. I don't know if we had to ship it in, $500 probably.
Then it wouldn't. Then you'd have to make it work for.
And then, like Nathan said, we'd have to make it work after we paid the $500 for it. When Nathan has put a day and a little bit in it, and now I've got a shifter that works in it.
With just stuff you had laying around.
With just nuts and bolts and stuff that was laying around, basically. And what else can I say? The transmission we got for nothing. And that's just kind of the way I roll. The buddy, give it to me as we bought a car. So the transmission we got for nothing. The shifter, Nathan has made it cheaper than I can buy it. Also made the transmission that I got for nothing work, basically, because you would not buy something like that. You pretty well would have to make it.
I suppose if you wanted to go with your pedals, you could also lay maybe a flat piece on here, with some holes in it or something.
Right on. You have to make it. So to me, that's very inspiring to see the shifter work in the car, because let's face it, when it's down underneath the dash, you really have to come up with something to figure it out. And basically, that's what's happened. This is the shifter that he's made, using the shifter that I had and the nuts and bolts that he could find.
Tap and dissect from home and tapped her out.
Yeah.
And then,
Awesome.
The first setup we tried didn't work, so we had to come up with another idea, and that's going to work.
I love it. So this car is going to be on the floor shift, and it's got you can see it on Facebook. We got that engine from a guy in Halifax. He had it running and stuff. There's quite a few people that viewed that, but that engine turns up good. Nathan's a man on Fords, so I'm all set. Basically, I'm probably going to get Nathan to jump around again. I'm probably going to get him to jump on Jolene's Bugatti and play with that a little bit, figure things out, and make things. And that's what it needs. That's what it needs. All right, everybody. Thanks very much. And you can come. Oh, just a minute. Come look at this. This is badass. Buddy, give this to me at at the Daytona Turkey Run. It's Carl's Speed Shop, and this carburetor is called a Typhoon. This man obviously machined this or made this, and this is him racing the bike that he obviously raced. And thank you very much. I muchly appreciate it. I'll keep this in the shop, keep that in the shop, and you know, it's pretty cool. Nathan knew exactly what it was for as soon as I brought it in. He said, "That's for Harley." I said, "Man, I don't know."
You were gonna pick up them canned nuts for there too, right?
Oh, and Nathan's telling me now that he wants to make it look prettier and he wants some chrome on it. He's going to put some chrome nuts on it. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, after the boot's on, and then you'll have a chrome nut with the cammed.
See, like this piece here, like if like that, a little bit of filler and like clean that off, like a little bit of filler, that thing would look like you bought it out of a store. It look better than you bought it out of a store.
Yeah,
and like, I mean, you can weld a piece of flat stock on it, like the pedals you said, and drill holes in it.
We ain't gonna worry about the weight or nothing on it like we worried about that other one.
Yeah. No, that's nice. I like that. I like that. See that there? If you, I don't know if you can tell. You want to go around the other side, so we hear? If you want to show it, yeah.
Still got the pedals stuck there.
So I've got a few holy things around. I guess this thing was what I got first, was the shifter, and that inspired me to make the pedals. Basically.
That's why he was worried when we first said we couldn't use the shifter.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to use the shifter, right? And them are the pedals that I made, kind of go with the shifter. And it'll just keep going. You just use, you know, drill holes and other things to make it yours, I guess, or whatever. But this is the Thunderbird. It's made into I guess it still has the 4-seat in it, but made it look like a two-door, like a 2-seater than a 4-seater. And we put the porthole window in the 58. 351 Windsor with a 5-speed. All new brakes on it so far. The gas tank's been all gone through. Transmission and clutch and all that stuff's been gone through. We need shocks all been put on. Shifter, the brake pedal and the clutch work, do they not?
Yeah, the only thing we got left on the clutch is just the hose. We got to shorten that hose.
Right.
Get that in done
Shifter's
on the hose and
made.
the clutch will work.
And it wasn't made like in seconds. Like it took some time to think about it and figure out what we wanted to do to make it work.
Yeah, we'll get a nice set. Well, I just got them bolts in for set screws. We'll put proper set screws in there. And
Yeah.
we'll make a set. Cut them off and make set screws.
No, it looks really good. I'm really happy with that. It's just one step closer, right? And that's part of the journey. Have a great day, everybody. And Jimbo, thanks for popping over, old brother. Jimbo has a YouTube station. You want to follow Jimbo?
Oh, I'm sure everybody knows.
Well, I want to tell more. Anyways, Jimbo's got a YouTube station. You want to follow him doing his thing. He's working on a Oldsmobile. He has a Ferrari that he's going to be probably working on in a bit. Who knows? But have a great day. And remember, do me a favor. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.